what is going on. I'm sure many of you know by now, have seen the video of the Chicago police officer, female officer, who was stabbed by a suspect. It happened roughly 2 a.m. in the morning, and suspect looked like in a park or some kind of complex, had a knife like this, just like this, that attacked the officer. For those of you who haven't seen the story, I will post the link to the story below. But essentially, police officers were called to a location for a report of a stabbing victim. They got to the location. They were speaking with a victim when a gentleman appeared with a knife like this. Officers, it appears that there was a male officer and a female officer, tried to get the subject to drop the knife, and instead the subject charged the female officer. The female officer deployed her taser. As we've seen so many times as of late, the taser did not work. It was not effective on this suspect. Don't know if he was high on drugs or whatever, which police encounter quite a bit. And you see in the video, he just comes up after being tasered, he gets up and runs at the officer, stabbing the officer just like this, right at her. You can see he makes contact and stabs her in the vest, in the chest area. Luckily, she was wearing a ballistic vest. Now, something that many people don't know about the ballistic vests that police officers wear, they do offer some level of protection against a blade like this. I think if you go at it hard enough, long enough, you might be able to pierce it, penetrate it, if you're hitting the vest in the same exact spot. However, for quick blows, thrusting blows like that, the vest that officers wear, typically level 3A soft armor vest that these officers are wearing, that helped save her life. God knows what would have happened if she had not been wearing a vest. So we had so many people respond about the different vests we offer and also the different gloves we offer. Obviously, we offer the gloves that I personally designed, level 5 cut resistant gloves. Now, a lot of people often question, why do you need cut resistant gloves? And to me, I always scratch my head when I hear someone say that. Clearly, that is typically someone who's never done the job before. Because if you've done the job before, you would know that at any given moment, on any given call, as these officers found out at 1:40 in the morning, when they get to a call of a stabbing victim, that any call can turn into a call where a subject has a knife like this, or a pocket knife, or a blade, or some kind of sharp object. And that's not to mention if you go over a fence and the fence is jagged, sharp metal. That's not to mention you go to a scene of a car wreck and there's glass, jagged metal from the car wreckage. So having cut-resistant gloves, of course, is something that's going to come in hand so many different times during the course of your day as a police officer. So that being said, I'm going to do a quick demo of we have our Guardian Gloves Pro, our brand new gloves I designed. We have our Commander gloves, and we have our Gladiator gloves. So I'm just going to do the demo with our Guardian Gloves Pro here, which seem to be neck and neck with our Commander gloves or Gladiator gloves for best gloves. So this is, as you see, a level 5 cut resistant glove. However, I've designed it to be ultra thin. And what I'm going to do right now is a live demo, live right here, of slicing with a knife that is similar to what was used in this Chicago incident where they had to shoot. Now, yes, the suspect unfortunately expired at the scene, from the shots that were fired by this female officer's partner. He did pass away at the scene. So now, this is something that, of course, is a last-minute resort, okay? You are engaged with someone, and then they pull out a blade, and now they are attacking you. Typically, you want to create distance. Distance is your friend. In this scenario, the suspect, although hit with the taser, was able to close the distance and get to the officer and stab her multiple times. In that scenario where that happens, well, now you have the ability, or you have the maybe necessity to try and grab that blade, okay? Because if someone is that close to you, and now they are within stabbing distance of you, and the weapon you've deployed didn't work, you are in big trouble. You're in big trouble. So you can try to grab their arm. However, if you try to grab their arm, they could do one of these and they could still hit your, and make sure I don't actually slice myself here on Facebook Live. So they could actually hit your arm. That's why grabbing the arm is not going to do anything. They could still hit you in the face, what have you. That's why in situations like that, you may need to try to grab that blade, or grab by the hand where you're going to grab that blade. And you do not want to do that. Let me repeat this. You do not want to do that with regular patrol gloves. A lot of these companies that make tactical gloves, or a lot of the gloves that you see these tactical ninjas wearing, they're made by sunglass companies, or they're made by these companies that make gloves for, you know, football players, right? Those gloves, although comfortable and very high dexterity, you are going to run into a big problem if you ever run into a subject that has one of these. And as you see, police are dealing with this every single day. With more and more people, they're approaching and they have blades like this. Now, who carries a knife like this, right? A crazy guy in the park that just stabbed someone at 2 o'clock in the morning. That's who carries a knife like this. That's what the police deal with, okay? So when you're talking about, oh, we need cops, yes, this crazy man stabbed someone with something like this, walking around with this at 2 o'clock in the morning. That person called the police because they needed help. The police arrived, and then the man with this attacked the police. Always be ready. Regular gloves will not allow you to do what I'm about to do, okay? So people say, well, what could you do? Stabbing distance, you may want to try to push that blade away. Don't try to grab that arm unless you can close that distance and you know what you're doing. But unfortunately, as we know, police officers are not trained to that level to be disarming people with blades. Sad but true. Police officers are not trained to that level. Should they be? Yes. Are they? No. Okay? So, you have a level 5 cut resistant glove. We have a just sharpened, I can sharpen it here, right? There's no outlet where I'm at. Okay? So you have, I'm gonna let you hear how hard I'm slicing my hand with this. Okay? There you go. There you go. Okay? You want to be able to grab this blade, okay? You want to grab it tight. You want to grab it as tight as possible and try to rip it out of someone's hand, okay? I'm fighting both hands here. Okay. There you go. Level 5 cut resistant material. I designed these gloves personally. 13 years on the job. I had many calls where I would arrive on scene and it wasn't a call where someone had a knife, but lo and behold, the person brandished a knife, or they brandished a weapon, or they had a pocket knife on them, what have you. If you have regular gloves, you are going to see that it will slice right through the material of the regular gloves, okay? But if you have cut-resistant gloves that I feel every police officer should have, I feel every officer should be issued cut-resistant gloves. However, they're not. If you're going to wear gloves on patrol, they should be cut-resistant gloves. Now, back in the day, many officers did not wear the cut-resistant gloves because they were big, they were bulky, and they didn't let you have any dexterity, so you couldn't manipulate tools, you couldn't do anything. And of course now, in this day and age, you got to be able to use your cell phone so you could like swipe on the gram and go through TikTok, right? So you got to be able to have that ability with the gloves on, so you don't have to take the gloves off if you need to make a phone call a supervisor, what have you. And we understand that. That's why I designed the touch screen right into the fingertip of the glove, and also on the actual tip. So this is the pad of the fingertip, but here's the actual fingertip. So you could actually use the fingertip to dial your phone, send a text message, and oh yeah, you have it on the thumb too. And this is exclusive. This is exclusive on all of our cut-resistant gloves. That is why we now are literally selling out of these gloves. Because now you have high dexterity, a form fit. It fits like a baseball batter's glove or a football wide receiver's glove. So you have that high dexterity that you want, that most of the regular non-cut resistant gloves offer you. Now you have that in a cut resistant glove that gives you this one gives you 360-degree protection. So you could even take a hit to the back of the hand here. And you're going to be okay. Okay? So this is highly important for the men and women on our front lines. We have paramedics, EMTs, we have, of course, police officers using these gloves. We have firefighters using these gloves at scenes of wrecks so they don't get glass and metal at wrecks hurting their hands. Because if you hurt your hand, you cut a tendon here in your hand, you're in trouble, right? You're in big trouble. It could be career ending. Not just end your night, it could be career ending, okay? That is why I designed these gloves. Level 5 cut resistant. Now these gloves, the Guardian Gloves Pro, 360-degree level 5 cut protection. Someone's coming at you, you can even put that hand up, stop that blade, okay? In this instance where the guy was stabbing at that female officer, she had that opportunity. If she had the right gloves on, she can grab that blade. You could go read the testimonials on 221btactical.com under some of our cut-resistant gloves. There are multiple testimonials, all verified by police officers, multiple testimonials of officers who said they have literally used these gloves to disarm a subject with a blade. I invite you to go read their verified 100% testimonials. I like to read reviews. I like to read testimonials, right? I like verified ones, right? So you could say, okay, this is the guy's name, this is the date he submitted it. And if it's on Facebook or if it's on Instagram, you could even send that person a direct message saying, hey, I saw your comment about the 221B tactical gloves. Let me know. How are they still holding up for you? How are they working for you? I saw that comment where you said they saved your hand. Go ahead, DM them. We invite you to DM them because all of the reviews and testimonials are authentic. They're verified. So we invite you to reach out. And a lot of these guys are police officers. If you're a law enforcement officer, let them know. Hey, I'm a cop. I'm looking at these gloves that you have, and I saw your testimonial on 221B Tactical. Let them tell you themselves, all right? These are out there. Literally, people are carrying these, okay? With all these riots and these protests, these crazy people are crazy enough to carry something like this. Why not give yourself a pair of armor for your hands? You're wearing armor on your chest. Armor for your hands, okay? So I'm gonna really quick show you the other gloves we have. So this is our Gladiator glove. Now this glove here gives you level 5 cut protection just on the palm side. This is ultra thin, ultra flexible. People wanted even more dexterity and more movability of their fingers, although this glove is like incredible and it gives you 360-degree protection. But some people said, hey, I only want it on the palm, so if I need to grab that blade, I can. and that's what we did with this glove. You have the impact protection on the back, and you have the level 5 cut resistant and the high grip material on the palm. And you also have it on the fingertip here and here. You have your ability to use your touchscreen once again, okay? So we're gonna also show you the Commander Gloves, which is our hard knuckle glove. Here, heavy duty material on the outside, hard knuckles, but concealed hard knuckles, because a lot of agencies you can't show that the gloves have hard knuckles because it might be intimidating to the bad guys, and you don't want to intimidate the bad guys, okay? So you have the hard knuckles here, covered in our heavy duty material, okay? Impact protection on the fingers, and you'll notice on the fingers that the rubber here is removed, same as the other glove, and you could probably guess why. So if you need to draw your weapon and get your finger in that trigger guard, you're not gonna have any obstruction. These are all things I learned while I was on the job for nearly 15 years as a cop, and these are things that you learn along the way that so many people, when they design gloves for cops, tactical gloves, they don't know these little intricacies. And these are the important things. When you're a police officer, you don't want to be concerned that you're wearing gloves that let you grab a knife and grab a blade and survive a knife attack, but then when you draw your weapon to maybe have to use that weapon, well, now your finger's getting caught up because there's rubber here. All of our gloves have ultra thin index fingers. That was done intentionally. We streamlined the index finger. We removed the rubber. All these things are important design elements that I brought to the design of the glove because of my experience on the job, okay? So, level 5 cut protection here on the palm, index finger and thumb with the stylus style touchscreen capability, high grip here on the palm as well, and you have the hard knuckles. You have the under wrist Velcro closure because it's faster and more efficient. So, these 3 gloves are our top sellers right now, and they are all level 5 cut resistance. However, the Guardian, a lot of people ask which one is 360 degree, and that's going to be the Guardian Gloves Pro, okay? Once again, our newest glove, level 5 cut protection all the way around. So I hope this video gave you some insight into how to protect yourself from some of these. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment, and someone on the team will get back to you. What we'll do is I'll have the team put a link below, wherever below is, here or here, put a link below to the Guardian Gloves Pro, the Commander Gloves, Gladiator Gloves, all 3. I'll put a link to them, okay? If you see that some sizes are sold out, it's because we've been getting flooded with orders, of course, with everything going on around the country right now. A lot of officers ordering gloves for their own protection, armor for your hands. We're seeing officers get hit in the head with baseball bats and skateboards. Listen, get the protection you need. These are high dexterity, super thin, and cut protection. You're gonna love them, and they're also gonna help protect you so you can get home safe. If you don't see a size that's in stock or it says out of stock, go ahead and send us an email at sales@221btactical.com, and we will put you on the list for when we get our replenishment. Of course, with COVID-19, a lot of things going on as far as orders and factories and delays and things like that. You all know that, so we are doing our best to fulfill all your orders. But if you see your size is out of stock or a certain model is completely sold out, go ahead and send us an email, sales@221btactical.com, and one of our team members, they're there 24/7, will get back to you quickly and let you know what the status is and see if we can help you out. So go ahead and email our sales team, sales@221btactical.com. Any other questions, concerns? You can go to our website, 24/7, 221btactical.com, from the comfort of your phone. If you have these gloves on, you can actually go to 221btactical.com while using these gloves because you have the touchscreen. They let you browse the interwebs with the gloves on. No need to take them off at all. Just keep them on, because you never know. You could be like on TikTok or on your Snapchat going through, and the next thing you know, someone pops up with one of these, and what are you gonna do? You're gonna say, hold on, I need to put my cut resistant gloves on? No, you're gonna already have them on. So you just grab that blade, take it away from them, tell them to stop being a fool, okay? Great. Visit the website, send the email. Thank you all for watching, and most importantly, remember, always watch their hands, because if they have something like this on them, it's only gonna hurt you when it enters their hand, okay? If their hand has nothing in it, it's fine, we could deal with that. But if their hands are gonna hurt you, it's only gonna be when this is in their hands. So remember, watch their hands, watch your 6, and get home safe. We'll see you next time.